Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Tuesday Live
and stream.
Episode 65. Thank you for joining us.
We're on time because I'm here.
Yes, Jim was doing the countdown for me as the countdown was happening in the top.
I was like a rocket ship.
Yeah, like, ready?
9, 8.
So on time, that meant no iced coffee for me, though. So that's okay.
Let's take a break.
I could always, just do a pause in the middle, turn the
commercial.
This thing has like background music. So every once in a while, if I had to do something on my stream, I'd just put the
Can't you just do
elevator music and then walk out.
A Vanquish commercial?
Yeah. We should make one of those. Good idea.
Marketing guy, do it.
Yeah. So thank you all for joining us here. Now I am already working on a set of wheels because that is my plan for today. And I wanted to be able to comfortably get these done during the stream, which is usually not a problem. But I'm building myself a set of 2.2 Riots in gray, but swapping out the rings to clear.
Here.
There we go. Yeah. Looks so good. So I got I guess I probably shouldn't spoil it yet.
Probably shouldn't spoil it.
I got a truck back the other day and something had been sabotaged on the wheels that I received. So
did he actually sabotage?
He did. Malicious.
I can't see a Canadian doing that.
I know. I was so surprised as well. But that is the 2.2 Riots in clear pretty. I know that's actually clear might have been the ones that I was going to grab first as well. But then we are currently we just restocked all and added the colors that we hadn't done yet of the 2.2 Riots. And so I think orange, gold, bronze, and maybe blue or red. I don't remember which one. Hadn't been added yet. So we got all of those up, fully restocked, and now some of them have already sold out again. But the Riots do look good in a 2.2 especially. Just that 2.2 surface area does allow for that style to come through even better at times. More detail, agreed. So
for the people that don't watch your channel, what did Matt do?
You know what? It hasn't gone up yet, so I can't.
I don't watch this.
I can't tell yet.
I tell him to give me the cliff notes.
Yeah. Every once in a while, he's like, "Hey, what did you do here?" I'm like, "Oh, I did a video on that," and I'll send him a link. He's like, "Do I really got to try and watch this?" Yep.
He does do that.
Yes, that's going to be excellent. So, looking forward to getting these together. You noticed the other day on social media, we put up a post with a set of 2.2s with 1.945 geolanders on them, and we mounted them up on Brandon's build off VS410 builders kit, and it looked so good with the little bit smaller tire, but with the big wheel. And it was actually my choice to do that. But we put them on Brandon's truck and then said, "Guess who you think did this?" So not very many people guessed me, which I thought would have been a dead giveaway because I do like the big wheel style. But that's saw them. Yeah, I did show it on one of the videos last night.
Phase 1. Are you sticking to the 3 colors on the BBW? They want us to stick to what they do.
That is correct. Each brand partner, we have a good relationship with. We talk through, what they want to see for their brand. The whole idea is to work with them side by side to make sure that we're presenting things in the way that they feel the most comfortable with. And currently, that is how it is. Now, I did see on their social media last week or the week before that they posted up a good set of new gold Sierras. So if that becomes a production thing for them, then I think I would push to get the gold added as well. But again, it's one of those things that it's working with them, and we want to make sure that everybody is in agreement. But that gold looked really good. So it's kind of some of the intricacies of how that stuff goes. Same thing with like the finish of a wheel. We work with them to see how they want it to look ideally.
There's a problem. Matt deserves whatever revenge Josh dishes out after the wheel is. The problem is, if he did something, it means you already sent it. Yeah. So you can't do anything more.
I know, actually. And however, I do have a box of Matt's stuff right over there with 2 trucks that he's supposed to get. Well, 1 truck and 1 3-wheeler. I don't know if you can call that a truck or not.
We have a big saw.
I know, right? It's a kit.
IKEA.
I got to send him his moon buggy back and his 3-wheeler still.
When will we
But-
see Clear Q series again? I think we have talked to Dan about that.
Well, yeah, we would have to talk to Dan about that. I think we've done black mainly only at this point, but it's
Dan, start soldering.
yeah, get to soldering. We do all of that stuff here in house. Those the LEDs we obviously can't manufacture, but we actually have to modify the manufactured part before it can be used. So there's a lot to it, and it does take some of that time. The moon buggy could go home without panels. Pick off his Waffle House copper themed panels. Let's see.
I want to be a part of this now. What can I do?
You know, we could foam fill the bot. I've thought of a lot.
What about Swiss cheese? Swiss cheese the panels.
Just hole punch.
You probably have files on that. We can make something funky.
Yeah. When will Axle Universals be back in stock? Which Axle specifically are you talking about? We have lots of Universal Axle shafts. So.
What are your thoughts on orange diff covers for the HD44s? I hate orange. I don't think it sells. He disagrees, and it doesn't.
Well, I don't necessarily disagree. I can see the numbers too. It's not the most popular choice.
I don't think my Waffle House is in the spot you said.
I don't know how you would gather that, but
It's hard when you go to click it off and all the text
Moves,
goes.
yeah.
Oops.
The orange is my favorite. Orange also happens to be my favorite color. So I may or may not have a sample orange diff cover, but it has yet to be shown or seen or confirmed.
I don't know what I can do to it now. I have to look at it.
Yeah. I think only the 3-wheelers over there currently. I have the
You have a scan of his face, right?
I do.
Mills. To the panel sticking out.
Like the Hulk fist and
I was thinking of
Tokyo
the,
Drift.
was it the Total Recall? The guys coming out the belt.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What was the Star Wars one where he's in the carbonite?
Oh, Han Solo.
Right? I got that right?
He finally gets
Ah!
I think even it is Carbonite, maybe.
Look at
He's never watched any Star Wars.
never seen a Star Wars, but I've picked up enough
Probably because of me.
to discuss.
I like sending you the Star Trek memes. You have no idea what they
I
mean.
have no idea. like, is this Slimer? No?
It's like Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
The big brown guy. Like carbonite is correct. Boom. I was correct.
Did someone wrote that?
Yes. That's it.
Quaid.
When are you going to get the H10 optic in aluminum axles? Those are actually in good shape, and hopefully we see those available to you guys before too long. So that's
Now, the problem if they come in tomorrow, do we have to wait till Tuesday?
yes.
Damn it.
Like, no, we need something for next Tuesday. I think that's so you can always just wait on that.
Are you doing anything to this week?
That's actually, thank you for reminding me. I do have a discount code for this week. I'm building wheels, and I'm building wheels with Scale Hardware. So I decided to do a Scale Hardware discount for this week, including the tool sets as well. So if you use the code Tuesday Scale, you'll get a discount on any of the Scale hardware. That's the SLW hub size, the beadlock ring size, as well as the M2. You can use the M2 Scale hardware if you want to put the
Lowercase?
it doesn't matter, not case sensitive, so it doesn't matter. Yep. And then you can go to that second tab, and then you can pin. It didn't.
What second tab?
Up on the top. The second tab that's open. Yep. And then find your message. Whoa.
Whoa.
And then,
Joey?
yeah.
Ah,
Joey Lawrence. Where is it?
I don't know.
Did it not go through? Hit it again.
I probably should bring glasses for this.
If you use the
It's
code
there.
okay, go look for it again. Huh. Very weird.
It just
Oh, there
popped
it is. And then hit those little 3 dots and then hit pin. Thank you. So yeah, use Tuesday Scale. You can save some money on Scale hardware of any sort. Like I was saying, the M2 hardware you can use for detail screws on the optic, like on the axles, or on the VFD transmission, the shifter area. I did a reel showing using a bunch of that here the other day. But lots of uses there. And I'll come up with something to do for another spin next week. I think next week I'm still good. I've got a couple of, or one stream that I may miss. If I miss, I should be good next week. So we'll roll it over if I have to miss. But other than that,
y'all got any of those roosts?
other than that, use the code, and then I'll come up with another box that we can do for a winner. So I'm sure that I can dig up something fun.
H10 aluminum housings and a wheel combo sounds like a Black Friday special to me.
Oh, Black Friday specials. That is around the corner.
Hertz Dig V2 restock. Did you take them all?
Hertz Dig V2. Actually, I saw some of those going up today. If they're not on the site today, they'll be up tomorrow. I know that I saw them packing the red, and I'm not sure how many colors they were getting through. So there will be more. Those are, like I said, I saw them finished and going into inventory today. So just keep an eye out for that, and you'll see those hit the site. But yeah, those have been gone for a little while on some of those colors, but again, trying to backfill that and get all of that back in stock for you guys. Like I was saying, scale hardware and the tool sets, if you don't have the tool sets, or if you don't want to buy the full tool set and you just want to buy the tip for some reason, I also put those on there. Also, the tips have this little hex section on them. And that section there, you can actually take this tip and slide it into one of the 4-way wrenches, the little cross wrench that comes with the kits. And you can use that tip that way if you just want to, carry something slim in your bag, you're going out on the trail or anything like that. You can just use that, and it works pretty well. So, or you can put it into a different handle you have if you like. But these are obviously people are super nice.
Itching for info on Ripper too.
Don't scratch too hard. Probably need to get a cream for that.
Be here when it's here.
Can you set me aside 2 black front H? You're right. Yeah, that was going to be one of the other thing, not aluminum, but just doing a 4-wheel steer setup on the stream here with an optic, since we have the front axle kits available now. If you're looking for that, VPS 08800 for the front, 8801 for the rear, and but this week has just gone. This last month was a blink.
That was February yesterday.
Yeah, I know. How so much to do, and I just didn't get any time to get that sorted and kind of estimate the links, or I would have had Brandon do it. But Brandon's still recovering a bit, so hopefully he's probably watching at home. You think?
I was hoping he'd answer some of the questions because he has access to some of the info I don't have.
I know, right? So he might not be. He
check text. Wake up!
Yeah, wake up. Get out of bed. You'll feel better later. So he's always got good info on some of those, but like I said, he's still recovering a little bit.
I don't know what people are saying. Ripper 2 and IFS. I don't know.
No.
I don't know where you guys got that.
No IFS ever.
Not ever.
I just like saying it.
I'm back in. You guys sell more Vanquish shirts.
More Vanquish shirts is going to be a thing. That is in process. Some cool new ones I'm a big fan of. So you'll see more stuff on that. I don't know if you'll see it this year or not, though. Unfortunately, a lot to do. Listening, but busy building something. What are you building? You don't have anything to do.
How about we just type messages that he doesn't know?
Yeah, exactly. I'm also building something, Brandon. I can do both. What is the truck on the floor behind you? It made you look right.
Well, we scoured the room first.
Scour always. What size shirts? More than one size. Less than 10, more than one. But I do try and always push hey, let's at least add one more size on that over just to make sure.
I still remember a time I think we did 4XL, and then one guy's like, "That's not big enough." We can only have so many of those shirts.
We can only have so many. We have to order a number, and we just try and get it in there as much as we can. But hoodies, it's cold.
IFS and Leafs in the rear. How about we get IFS with Leafs or the IFS?
Or the IFS.
I can see it.
Hey, but that's what my car is.
Brandon, get to work.
IRS, but Leaf. This doesn't have to go very far. It sounds very Toyota of you to request.
H10 aluminum soon. You just said so.
Yes, H10 aluminum axles will be before too long. Zip up hoodies. I don't know about. Did someone say Leafs? No Leafs ever.
Oops. When is Vanquish going to make us a fast basher? We only have so many designers.
You know, it's one of those things. Like being that we all. I don't know any of us who don't like to just send some sort of car up in the air and see what it does. Like we'll parking lot bash out here every once in a while with some sort of car, and it's always fun. And by all means, like we think we could have fun doing that as well, but it's a matter of splitting what our design. You know, if we ran out of all ideas that we think would be a better idea for our stuff, then maybe we would. But we've all seen companies that get into an area that maybe initially we don't think they should.
I mean, I'm not against it. It's just we have other projects we want.
That's exactly. It's just like we have a lot of areas I think we can still have a good time with in our genre.
I think we have more passion for the projects we're working on versus the basher.
I think that's it is nice to be able to do those ones that we really like to look at.
Get 5 more designers.
Yeah, exactly.
We can do it.
And then we just need a 2-story office because right now we are out of.
Did someone actually really say IFS on Ripper?
Somebody did. I saw it online.
Okay. Well, I've never ever alluded to that.
Never ever.
I'm going to be disappointed.
Yeah. If you think you can 100% stop ever thinking that.
I thought Ripper 2 is going to be a basher. It is going to be a basher.
Sure. Anything.
That's the fun of it. You get to bash the panels, make them dent.
Yeah. If you had to choose one, IFS or Leafs, I would choose. Ooh. I would probably choose Leaf.
I don't understand what they're saying.
Probably.
Why should they do anything they already printing money? I understand. There's sometimes so much conversation I can't even tell. But I'm just like, well, what does that mean?
Anything's a basher if you put a big enough motor in it. That's exactly right. I think we all subscribe to that, or we all like to. Then we realize that it, tumbles a lot more, and then you got to fix stuff. So
Origin Factory made a whole video about Ripper 2 being IFS with absolutely no information whatsoever.
Yeah, that will not age well.
To be honest, I don't talk to this guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone talks to this guy, but
I don't think so. But no, I don't think that is.
Is he making false information just to make his talking subject? Some people lie on the videos to get you people talking.
Yeah, it will definitely not be a thing. I can promise you. The Birdie and the Dixie shirts. This was actually made by a friend, Brandon, out of Texas, and he gave it to me at Proline, and I really like it. Finally, the weather where I can wear a flannel here.
The rest of us don't get the fun stuff.
I know. It's like, we're both in long sleeves, so you can tell that it's got into the 60s here in California.
When does the RTR Origin come out?
Oh, no. I mean, we have all talked. We do still love the Origin body.
Yeah,
we
would like to revamp it.
We would like to, but it's always one of those things like, do people want to just see the older body again, or do they want to see another new body of some sort? That's one of those interesting things to decide to go back and forth on.
He saw it on the floor that day. Someone got up, and based upon a very blurry picture, that's the conclusion we came to.
It's still incorrect. I can promise you that.
I know we won't always tell the truth on this show, but that was the truth.
Yeah,
not IFS.
Yeah. Ripper 3 is a hovercraft. Like 2 Ryobi leaf blowers.
Actually, at the high school, they have a little project where they make hovercraft at the science class, and they go shooting down the driveways.
Huh.
It's kind of a fun thing. I saw it one day. I'm like, that looks so fun. And they had like a Roby thing.
Yeah. Origin body VRD would be. It seems like such a weird mix because the VRD platform is so good and just dedicated or made to be high performance, where an Origin body is a larger, full, it's got tire coverage and things like that. And you just be hampering a lot of things by putting a full body on it like that. So
have you seen the new International Scout prototypes? I don't know if you're talking about that electric one they have.
Yeah.
That one looks actually really good.
See, I don't like it because it looks like a Scout 2. Like they took the Scout 2 line, which I don't.
It looked modern though.
I know, but like on the SUV, it's got the uptick in the back, which looks like a Scout 2, which is just one of my least favorite. Like Scout 800s, Scout 80s, love them. Scout 2s can't. God, I just don't like them.
I remember we were at the car show. We took a picture of one, said we bought it.
We were like, no. It's like, hey, it looks just like ours. I'm like, no, it doesn't. It's a Scout 2, not an 800.
But we're not anything close to a Scout. What are you talking
We're
about?
not. I know. Agreed. It's. I don't know how people got there either. What? Yeah, the gnat.
Why is there always one gnat?
Following you.
No, it's over there. It's like, who's the biggest pile of shit?
Yeah,
it's a game. Ooh,
Hey,
I said that.
hey.
Sorry.
Watch it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
How about a stance cab only? That would be one that I also would agree. There's that gnat.
Kill it.
I lost it.
We gotta get that little radar thing that kills gnats.
Yeah. The USB powered.
I don't know if it's any real or not.
I don't care either.
Worth it. Our luck to get shot in the eye though.
Let's see. You talk pinch taft cab. Yeah. That's like kind of what we talk about. Like if we ever wanted to do it again, it'd be more fun to like redo or revamp, but
if you look up opinionated, you'll see a picture of Josh.
That's a ridiculous statement.
Is that your opinion again?
The problem is Mike J is still trying to find something to be right on once, but one day it'll happen for him.
Josh, best budget airbrush system.
Ooh.
You don't paint.
Well, for one, I think I actually own 2 airbrushes, but I only own one, and it was not very budget. And I don't really have a great frame of reference to tell you that on. So I would say that I am a great source to not ask that question to.
Did you say there is a mat flying around?
Yeah, exactly. Makes the same noises. Hard to understand.
Sorry. He's gonna yell at me later on.
Right. No, he'll send you a polite text. Please keep my name out your mouth.
That would be good to ask about airbrush.
Yeah, that is a much better idea. Might be that same situation on budget one. I think he's got a good one that he uses and probably doesn't have to do much replacing with it. So I've got the
Give him a tires.
no.
Did you forget tires?
No, I didn't forget. Just don't know which one I'm going to use yet. Why did I take off that back ring now?
That's what I was asking.
I don't know why I did that either. I was going to put on the hubs, and then I was kind of thinking, I was like, well, I can't really do that because it's got center cap. I don't know. I'm just spinning wrenches at this point.
Wait, you have 40 more minutes to do it. That,
I'm just going to keep
go grab some more.
Off and back on. But I think that these hit that the other.
That is this one.
So looks so good, gray and clear. I've got the scale hub hardware that I'll use as well. I guess I could at least mount one just so we get to see the full look. Or I should do 2 so I don't lose half the screws. But yeah, SEMA's going on currently. We've seen a bunch of cool new full-size builds come out of SEMA. Saw a full. Do you see the
Jack?
The full-size Pro Eagle off-road jack.
Ripper 2 would be the new Red Cat 18MT. That would have been easier.
Yeah.
Rebrand something else. You guys dropping new beadlock rings today?
Nope. I'm just building a set of beadlock rings, and we're running a code for a discount on scale hardware and scale hardware related items.
Josh, will the code work for all VP tools or just the scale hardware?
Only scale hardware tools. This is a scale hardware related code. So those are the only ones that I added to that specific. But you'll You can save a good bit of money still, and that'll help get you, you can use that to apply towards your other one. It is, you can't double up codes either though. So again, it will only be for, that'll be the only code or discount that you'll be using at the time. Remember that.
Or you make 2 orders.
You can make 2 orders. As long as they're both over that threshold, you'll get free shipping on both still too.
Still gonna get the Ripper 2 before GTA 6.
We're both waiting for GTA 6 so bad. We talk about it all the time.
I'm so upset. They pushed it back a year.
We're like, oh God.
I'm gonna buy a new PlayStation.
Oh man.
But it'll be out before that.
Yes. We're just like, yeah, where? Yeah, we're both waiting on that.
It's taking longer than we thought on this, but it's gonna be so awesome.
Yeah. That's how projects go. And most of the time you guys wouldn't know anything about that and it just would happen. But
Part of the problem is I made a huge whole kit.
Yeah.
I mean, box art, and Brandon's been working so hard on all the BOMs. Like keep changing parts on them.
Yeah. Doing take for example the H10 optic. So an RTR like that, we worked on that for over 2 years in design, and then you get into the point where it's like, okay, you've got finished part samples that are either full production quality or very close. Then you go in, you've got to do all the product photography, product videography.
Packaging.
Yeah, take that, then all the product photography and apply it to box art, get that gone through. You got to make sure you get all the legal stuff in there, manuals, like if it's an RTR, at least you're doing just exploded views, which are, it's a simpler manual, which speaking of that, if you've been looking for the H10 optic manual, I got that added to the website on the support tab yesterday. So I'm kind of chugging through some of those. I've got the stance RTR to do next. So we're trying to get all of the kits and RTRs uploaded so you can find those manuals online. But yeah, it's as you're working on these projects, there's so many tasks and they take a lot of people, a lot of hands to get in there. And even after a product itself is designed and done, there's still months worth of work to make sure that everything gets.
How about H6 for Xmas or next Christmas?
For Xmas next Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh.
Say that 5 times.
Yes. You feel like you stuttered yourself, don't you? All right, there we go.
I have a headache thinking about it.
Yeah, exactly. So, scale hardware.
Actually, that was a better one.
Yeah, it just shows more of my mess.
Oop.
My sunglasses. There's nothing that we haven't shown on the desk, at least today. But the riots with the scale hardware, it's so good. This is gray with clear outer rings. I like that combo. I like using either the color of the ring or a light ring on the outside just because it contrasts against the tire and you get to see the diameter a little bit more. Using the dark rings sometimes.
I'm on H6 now.
Yeah, I like that.
Bring
You can
it
do that. Scale it.
Do you hear us?
It's like when we tell Jim, oh, yeah, can you just hit the mirror button on that part, right? You'll be done. The other side.
I don't know. You'll see it.
Yeah.
Don't hold it. We have such a great optic RTR thing. Why would you want a kit?
It's already, it takes all the hard work out of it already.
It made it easy for everyone.
It's done. You don't have to do the rest of that part now. You're welcome.
Had to make sure no leaks in the manual.
That has been a thing.
You did it once.
Did I?
Body sets or something.
Yeah, but it was more
Like stance bodies.
we had a couple of other things that there were like parts that like just didn't exist that we had listed as option parts. It was just, was it the stance out? I can't remember. But yeah, we've had a couple of those where it was just like, hey. But we also knew that like we had to put this stuff in the manual to be complete. And that was going to come out possibly before or very close. So it's a calculated risk.
I want an H6 now.
I mean, it would be fun. I agree.
Even if we make one for us.
Yeah, exactly. It's a big block of aluminum.
We just gotta get gears.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put in approval for that bill. We're gonna need another forklift.
We do.
Yeah. We bought a new forklift at the end of last year, and it's a bright orange forklift, which I was awfully happy about. But,
So they're actually throwing sales on because they're not buying them.
so we got a deal because of it too. You're welcome.
We can get a really good deal. We want to get the same size.
I know, and we will.
The smaller one is more expensive.
I know. I want a slightly smaller one to fit into some places.
330.
330. If you're on Facebook, come YouTube channel, search Vanquish Products YouTube, find us over there, and we'll have the second half of today's show. But otherwise, see you next Tuesday, and thanks for joining.
I'm getting better.
Yeah. See,
Oh,
even without your glasses, you knew where you were going.
someday I'll have glasses.
Right. The Yokohama sticker with a carbon. That was a good one. That's a good one. We had the Yokohama tires, Toyota forklift. Did we look at Toyotas?
They were really expensive.
And it was the lead time on them was like 6 months.
Yeah.
And we needed one by the end of the year.
We ended up getting a Doosan.
Yeah. Which is now Bobcat.
Yep. Which I like.
Yeah. Like, ooh, it'll match my skid steer.
Yeah.
So
I have a Bobcat at home. Been a miracle for saving my back working on the backyard.
yeah. So the now we would have two forklifts that are the same but have different names on them, which is good for telling them
They
apart.
have the orange ones. They're throwing them on super
Oh.
sales because they're not selling.
Ah,
They have those in stock.
is the Bobcat a different color?
Yeah, it's like
White and white? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
like the skid steer.
I was hoping it was still orange. You never have too much scale hardware just stocked up. Bought scale tools last week though. Oh, so close. Yep. It's I would tell you that I could give you a heads up next time, but I can't because I came up with this one 25 minutes before. No, like an hour and a half before because I had to make the photo. And I was like, what am I going to do this week? Scale hardware. I was going to assemble some wheels anyway. So that sounded like a good idea.
So what are you gonna do for the next half hour?
That I'm going to put the other center caps on so I can take them back off when I go to put it on the truck.
Slow down.
Yeah. I'm going to count how many threads go into each hub.
ETA on stainless hub scale hardware.
Very soon. Very, very soon. Those will be restocked shortly. So I think the SLW ones are the only one out of stock. I think that currently the beadlock screws are back in stock. So double check that, or if not, I guess I can do some checking. But the scale hardware that we use is actually it's a forged head. Like it's actually done that way. It's not, just a standard like pressed or in a standard way or milled. It's actually forged. So we do have to order, quite a bit ahead of time. Go through quite the process to get finished, but when it's actually done, it's nice to have. Thank you.
Just grab everything.
Yeah. It'll be like all the stuff from my desk that's still over there, and actually nobody would notice.
And what's next?
Let's see.
Same color as the vet. I don't know what it means, but
Orange.
the orange.
Orange.
Nah, you know what? I don't love orange, but the orange on this vet's different.
It is,
And it actually looks
good.
really cool.
It is good. I really like it. That's I was pretty excited about that specific color.
Yeah, I don't hate his Corvette.
Yeah.
But I hate orange.
Yeah.
I'm really conflicted.
I know. Especially because one of your cars is pretty close to orange.
Actually, yeah. When we bought that car, we bought a used one. There was like nothing available.
Yeah.
And it was like the only thing available really, and it was burnt orange. It's grown on me a little because I don't like the reds or the oranges, the bright cars, but
Yep. So that's always been fun.
I am not getting at that. If I did though, it would be a white and black.
Yeah, they do look so good. I actually really like that color combo as well. But Nicole does not like the muted as much. She's like, yeah, it should be red, something bright.
But this is Josh's pre-midlife crisis vehicle.
Yeah, exactly. So
I already did that with the truck.
yeah. Like, oh, check that off the list.
We won't be making more, but we did find some.
Maybe making origin bumpers and slide. Oh, the original origin ones. No, we'll not be making any more of it. But
We found some.
we did find a small number. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with that.
So we even found the braces.
Yeah, we did find some braces, small number of those. I think only rear braces.
No, there was a mixture of both.
There
was the bags of both.
Gotcha. I can't remember.
I think it's one of those things that we should hold off for. I can do like a special vehicle every year or something and like give it away.
I think
Jim for a Hellcat, not a bad. I got a TRX. That's a different. Same engine.
Makes that yeet sound.
Yeah. I should play that video. You want me to play that one? They sent me a video with like a bunch of Hellcats lined up, and they're all whining in the
making their Hellcat sound.
I wonder if it'll come off the sound there. It sounds like a bunch of seals crying.
Yeah, it's like yeah. Let's see. Did you measure the tie rod for the Rockabilly, the Ducks? Oh, I put a 120 on there, but I think that the 124 would have been the better choice for the titanium builders links. So that would be my signet. Oh, no noise. Yeah, our noise canceling probably cut it out.
Oh, really? Well, you guys know the supercharger whine, which is really funny. When I was first driving the truck, I took my wife for a drive. I've told these guys, I kept making that sound. You can do a certain pedal, you can make the whine sound. She's like, "What's wrong with your new engine?" I'm like, "We purchased that.
we paid extra for that sound."
But she'd be happy with her van. I mean, she doesn't really care about cars. I thought it was so hilarious.
No, that's the point. That's what I'm trying to show you.
Doesn't it sound cool?
I'm late to the party. What's today's code for? Today's code is Tuesday Scale, and it's for Scale hardware and Scale hardware tools. So whether it's for the wheel hardware or the M2 hardware that we also sell, as well as the Scale hardware tools to assemble it, the actual, yeah, right. That's not a bad idea.
Can we put like a little speaker in there and make that sound?
The tool tips separately are also on that. So I just clicked all of the things that were Scale hardware related. But it will give you a good discount on any of those, all colors, anything that is currently in stock. And anybody who places an order uses the code, I will do I'll put something together for next week, as long as I'm here next week, which I believe I am, for a little drawing to let you guys win something. I'll put everybody on the wheel again, and we'll spin that to see who wins.
You guys have the narrow rod-end balls with the H10 axles on the site.
So those are currently available. I think we have the steering parts available separately. I think that's the RAM with those narrow pivot balls, but just that narrow pivot ball separately, I do not believe that we have the plan to list at this point. I'd have to double check with Brandon about that. I know he and I had a discussion on it. I just I can't recall exactly what was going on. But if your axle kit was missing something, then shoot customer service an email.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you know, for anything like that. So you can find that on the contact page at the top of the website.
I should find the TRX model body and make a truck out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Metal.
Yeah. I buy a lot of models off of like CG Trader, so I can pull surfaces, like surface information from. Because you can get like the nice low poly lines. They're not all like the triangulated craziness. And that's I bought a C7 one the other day to like see if I could like use some hood lines.
Make it. You can do my truck too.
Yeah. Discount comes 3 days after I buy things like clockwork. Nostradamus over here. And
how much is the discount code?
It is a percentage that I don't know why I never say. I just never like to say it. I think it's fun to not. Just because. It's like the call for price on the websites.
This dig unit was missing a ripper too. That we're out of stock.
Yeah. You forgot to click the box at the bottom where you subscribe to the newsletter.
Yeah.
That is what does. But speaking of, we are going to be ramping up the usage of newsletters. So if you're not currently subscribed, when we did the changeover on the old website, some of that data didn't come through. I'm sure it's something that I screwed up. I should have ported that info over a little bit better, but I did not. So if you're not subscribed to the newsletter, go look at that. It's on the website. You don't have to place an order to do it. At the bottom of the page, there is a picture where you can input that, and we're going to be trying to utilize that more, get some information, maybe some special offers out to people through that as time goes. So go do that while you're either doing it on a different device. Don't leave unless you have YouTube Premium. Then you can listen and go do it.
Krina's hoarding stuff.
She does good at that, which has been very helpful for customer service. If there's been something,
she's the reason why we don't have Ripper 2 to sign.
Yeah, she's got them all under her desk. She said that's what actually she's sitting on. It's not a chair.
She's collecting.
Yeah.
Code not working. Make sure you're not combining it.
Yeah. Don't use 2 codes. Make sure that it'll only work if you have, if you're just a general customer, no other discounts apply, anything like that.
The clear frame rails in the phone, those are the original.
Those are
origin rails that I milled for testing.
Did you do 2 sets of these?
Yeah, I think.
Did Brandon have one?
I think he stole one. I'll use the word stole.
Yeah. So when Brandon first designed the profile of the VS410 chassis, rather than wait for all of the tooling and things like that, Jim machined these just from billet, so that they're not bent, they're actually machined in that profile. And yeah, it was super helpful because we were able to check all of our clearances, things like that, and the tooling on the stamping actually came out very accurate. So these were,
I think you guys 3D printed the parts in between too. And
yeah,
everything.
We 3D printed everything on very slow old printers at the time in comparison. And
we never got that frame bending thing.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, these are just kind of a cool piece. And in the when we were doing our initial thoughts on the original Origin kit, the cutout die cut foam thing was something that we wanted to do, and this was a first version of it before we went to the more of just like the machine parts and the big piece. And this was an option for one of the parts, but we decided to not do this and just do the bigger, thicker version. So, but we still kept this and kept one of the originals here. Brandon, like on the VS410, it's got the little Vanquish logo in the front. And Jim decided just to machine it in there. He's like, I machined that too. So, but yeah, it's a cool wall hanging piece to have in here. It's this would have been 2016 or no, 2017 is when you did this.
Did you delete a post? Any chance we can get the missing deleted live on Tuesday episode we posted?
Probably not, because it's something I always needed to go back and do something to, and I just have not had time.
It takes effort.
There. So
she's the queen of rippers right now.
Yeah.
Everything's actually falling to her to
Mega
execute.
Mega desk. But yeah, that's those were fun to have. I think those have actually been bolted up. You can see some like witness marks on them from where screws and things were sitting. So that would have been like the first one. That first
you should play it in toenail.
Yeah, right. Just ruin it. Just rose gold.
Will those kits be available again?
No. Nope. Those when those are gone, those were gone.
They were a lot of work.
They were, and that was the reason that those happened was because of it was a stepping stone for us to get into it. There's a lot of stuff that goes into making a full kit, and we did a portion of it and then leveraged our machining here to kind of finish it. And then we worked on a little bit more, and we, got away from a standard 3 gear and went to the VFD, which is just so much better. And, just kind of worked our way in. The pros and ultras were super cool as well. But now we have the other options, and then you can choose if you want to spend and get the axles and things like that. And you end up basically in the same or a better spot as far as cost went with those kits. So that's, we're able to support our whole ecosystem of trucks in that way. And you can make those trucks like you want as you go. You can choose the color of the axles and knuckles and wheels, all that yourself as you go. So
I'm starting to think we should start disassembling the OTRs. Just throw them back in a box and go, here you go.
Here you go. Let's see. Will there be 2.2 narrow brass rings anytime? That is something that we have looked into at this point.
Maybe we should give feedback. We're seeing problems is brass prices.
That is a big part of it. Brass is expensive. and as the diameter of the brass goes up, even when we use a material that is not a solid billet, it's like a tube, it still is expensive as that goes up. So it's just one of those things that we keep exploring, trying to figure out the best way to do things to try and still keep quality as high as possible and offer you guys some of those products. So the sintered option is something else that we can consider that has worked well in the 1.9s. I don't know how many of you guys have tried the sintered wheel weights versus the brass ones that we offer. The sintered's a little bit heavier and a little bit cheaper. So
didn't Josh send Matt his optic kit back as a kit?
Kind of. I also sent it back with like 400 heads. So, he got that back.
Well, some pens.
Yeah. You know what? He got half of the pens when I got half of the pens.
Yeah, but give him the other half.
Well, half of half, because the caps are sitting strewn about.
The sintered wheel weights are killer. Yeah, they were.
They are. That was something that it's, like I said, a little bit heavier and a little bit cheaper, but a lot of people still want to just buy the brass instead for some reason. I don't know. It's hard to say, but that's
Will there ever be an aluminum VFD housing? It works so good though.
Yeah, it's one of those things, like we talked about it initially. I know, like
I probably should, but
yeah, I don't know. It's not a yes or no on that. It's just trying to decide what projects to prioritize.
And how far do you go? Do we make the cover? And like it just starts becoming a waste of time. The metal on the transmission is a good idea, but
yeah, it's like, do you do the little detail covers? Like, no, probably, but the other part. So
I'm more interested in a machine VFD skid, unless it was Delrin.
Yeah, I don't think that would be. Yeah, the brass more popular because inserts are not big enough for the sintered larger diameter. That is a thing for some. It's still, like, most of the foam inserts still work just fine with the sintered. It's tighter going over, but it doesn't affect the density towards the outside, especially with closed cell, and keeps things from moving too much as well. Now, printed inserts, that's a different game for sure, and that could then be more of a problem, but those still are.
W should be 1.2. This is an argument.
Yeah,
every rim we make.
It's always been a thing. I would disagree at this point because of the current market for most of the things. We've decided that a lot of the use for the 2.2s seem to be going on more buggy and type based rather than the more speed. It's we've had that debate internally.
I mean, I like some of the 31s because we can do some deeper dish stuff, but
right,
it does change.
But yeah, it changes stuff everywhere. Yeah. Don't even know.
And they worry about fitment.
Yeah, fitment. You try to run it on, other, like the axles that are currently some of the most popular, and then you start running into offset issues.
And you're using bigger offsets, more scrub steer,
right?
Harder on your servos.
So
there's an argument for both ways.
Yeah, always.
Silicone inserts are perfectly fine and centered.
Yeah. I haven't used any of those just because of how heavy they were. I was so surprised at how heavy the insert themselves was.
I never felt one.
The silicone ones are very odd. The scrub the ground. Just 2.2 where the face the same, offer back and what. It's just one of those things, like you guys have already seen, like sometimes it can be hard to find everything in stock. You start splitting them up and doing them in just the narrow or just the wide and the narrow. Now you have half the availability of each one. So to try and keep up, especially with 2.2 in general not being nearly as popular as 1.9, you start limiting, like, are you going to be able to find them ever? So at this point, you're not going to see that in multiple widths. Those likely will stay the width they're currently available in. But there's so many moving parts that go along with all of that. We are currently working on another machine coming in about a month.
Can't tell everyone.
Yeah, right.
Told you the leaky one.
Yeah, the new machine is the leak. That's going to be a fun addition. That always comes with its own tasks around the shop, organization, all of the tooling that you guys have to. I don't have to do any of that, which luckily, but getting ready for it is always a ton of tasks.
We have to fly to Detroit for training.
Yeah, I don't.
Me and Mike.
Yeah, Mike, our machinist, Mike, not Michael, the customer service. They've got to go to Detroit to work with the robot company to get training with it, which is a cool opportunity. It's super personal as well, so it's not like a huge group. So they'll get a bunch of good hands-on training, which I'm sure.
But if this works, talk about rims will give us way more options.
That's exactly right. This is mainly for wheels specifically, and it's got a cool robot loader that'll be able to handle everything. So the operator, we shouldn't have to add an operator just because we're adding a machine. The same operator doing the other machines around it should be able to do this. But we got some cool demos of it here recently showing us how it's got a big robot arm, and the robot arm can have, it's called end of arm tooling, that multiple sides of it. So it does different things with different sides. And it's cool to see the engineering that went into it and how it's going to be tailored to our needs. So looking forward to it as long as it works.
We have a Fanuc trainer, but this is going to be a Nachi.
Yeah, this one is Nachi. We do have Fanuc robots as well, but this will be our first Nachi robot, which, it's a different color. Hopefully everything else works pretty much
Jim
the same.
looked happy about more work for him. I'm actually going to hand this off to Mike. I'm going to handle all the macros and how the thought process is going to work, because our goal is to actually have it be able to make multiple rims.
Yeah.
So we can just add a number into the macros and it'll actually make a new style.
Yep.
I have to plan that and all the math behind that and storage.
Right. Make sure the communication works. Make sure that it actually does the logic that's trying to be put into it. But if that does, it will help us, be able to jockey between it without a lot of changes and proofing of programs between. So each one can just be like, hey, we need more of these. We need this many of these, this many of these, this many of these.
Less labor.
Yeah, less labor, especially.
And robot should handle raw stock to finished part.
Yeah, just
100%.
And that's the goal. So less hands that have to touch it by the time it comes out. So yeah, that's I'm looking forward to it, as long as everything goes as planned.
We'll need new styles to draw up for it.
Yeah, more styles, things like that. And but that's the fun part, I think.
Yeah. So. And it should be actually kind of fun for us as programmers, because we'll have the proofing time will be a lot less.
Yeah, because you're proofing a wheel rather than a huge platter of wheels or a pallet of wheels.
Yeah, right.
Let's see. We've got 8 minutes left, so get in what you've got.
Clear and black 2.2 riots. Did you steal our last set?
Clear and black.
Gray.
Yeah, I took gray because we were low on the other ones. Constant, that stuff, just you gotta watch the site. Constant.
We actually have an Excel sheet that actually flags and says what to start plating and making. So it's constantly being made.
Yeah, there's a lot to it, and it just keeps going. Sometimes they hit, and we sell to both customers, dealers, and distributors. So
and that's right there. Distributors could come in and wipe out a set.
Yeah,
they don't get too happy with colors. So black and clears are pretty popular.
Right. Things could be, they come in and take 100% of whatever got made, and it's
that. Any progress on Steve's Monster Beetle? It's right there.
Nope, it is still it's still hermetically sealed in the cellophane that Tamiya put it in.
Nice, we can make vision style bead locks.
So that is always something, branching out to different brands. It's been great working with Battleborn recently. We always want to make sure that we're working with companies that are that you're not ever making one partner like any. You have to be very careful, like dealing with one versus another, making sure that everybody's good with it. You want to make the people you're working with currently just as happy as anybody new. Like cell phone, like why does a new customer get such a good deal on their cell phone? I've been a customer for 20 years.
Any plans for restock emails?
Yeah, it'd be great to have that function. It's just
we're supposed to have it.
Yeah, so it's I'm not a web developer, but one day I'll figure it out. And as soon as I don't have 100 other things that are slightly higher on the list at a time.
You had new paper that came in today. It took one thing off your list.
Yeah, I know. I've never been so mad to get an approval permit, and the mail's like, I didn't even finish this paperwork. How did I already get the permit? I don't know. I'm so mad. I was so irrationally frustrated at something that I was like, I'm not done. Why did they send this to me already? Whatever.
But at least it's off your list now.
However, I still feel like it's not. I still feel like I have to do something.
Don't scratch that scab.
I know. I just
Don't open that wound.
it drives me so insane. The little things that we have to do to keep making RC parts is
Stock
crazy.
emails never work. Actually, there was a website I did recently. I think it's Ubiquity.
Oh,
We
yeah.
those items as soon as they were in stock, they worked fine.
Yeah, the bigger problem is like when it's if it's a super high demand one, yeah, it'll do it in waves, and like that's a planned thing because of like the server end. It's like it'll send this many emails out, and then this many, and then this many, and depending on where you're at in that list, especially if you're on like a huge site, yeah, sometimes they may not work for you, but doesn't mean that the functionality isn't there. But if they end up selling out, they're like, oh, stop sending emails. How dare you do a code for gift card and be out of stock on some only? I think there was only like one that was currently out of there, but I know.
Where does BP plan to be in 10 to 15 years? On a beach.
Yeah. It's gonna be hard with the tide and the machines, but I think we'll figure it out.
Our tolerances aren't holding. It keeps moving.
Yeah. I don't get it. Why is this all wonky? It's fine.
Orange servo horns. Yeah.
Ooh, even I don't think I could do that. Like one of those things.
I've asked for colors. You said no. So no, we're
I
gonna
agree.
no orange.
I agree because I don't like accent colors and weird spots in a vehicle. Like that should always just be a darker, subtle color that's up there. Like I don't want that.
Don't just like sometimes like to see movement and stuff.
It's like so. I mean, but I did do red, white, and blue for Trucks of Freedom, so
Trucks of what?
Freedom. It was in July. It was several months ago. Going to the PRI show, I would love to go to that one. So much fab stuff. It's in it's in the back east, Indiana. Somebody, I can't remember when is it though, because it seems like it's always in the time where I'm just like, there's no way I can leave, because if it's not just a busy season for retail, Indianapolis. There you go. If it's not just a busy season for retail, I also like to go, see family for the holidays and things like that. So can only do so much. December. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. That's always one of those ones I'm like, well, obviously not going to make it to that because I'd like to go see people for Christmas instead.
Someone say TOF.
I did. Trucks of Freedom several months ago. Leave my heart rate alone.
Unless they're coming out, we'll definitely have it be out before GTA 6. Because they're going to probably push it another year.
I know. I don't think we're going to see GTA 6 till 2026.
We've been talking about GTA 6 for 2 years.
I know.
We'd love GTA.
We're both huge fans of GTA. Like just a
best game ever made.
Oh, I know. So much fun.
My wife doesn't understand it. I'm like, it's so good.
Don't worry about it.
Take all my frustrations out on the characters here.
I'm flying a helicopter around today, but
that's actually a possibility.
Yeah. GTA 6 before GTA. Yeah. That not. I've been waiting to get my next console until something like that.
I will probably be buying a new one, especially if they come out with the 6.
Is that a thought?
I don't know. You keep saying it.
Either way, I
haven't heard that, but
I know they came out with a Pro. I've been thinking about just getting that, but because I've held off on any sort of console for quite some time.
Josh, how can I get Brandon this Lego kit? Well,
anything. The shop is always the place that we have anything sent. So if you ever would like to send Brandon, Jim, or anybody anything, the website has the address at the bottom. So you can always just put attention to whoever it's supposed to go to.
If you say attention, Josh, you won't go to anyone
else. I share the water. Andy sends water all the time. Cliff McCraw. That's why we have Liquid Death all the time. Because it says Josh and everybody else, or not Josh.
I'm a gamer, so I say all 3.
Yeah, I've
been trying to get him to play Hunt with me, but he won't play with me.
I know. Well, I did one time.
Knows what that is.
I did one time,
You
and
did fine.
the cats were. He's like, "What is that sound?" I'm like, that's the cats.
Does anyone play Hunt? We need more people. Me and my son need a third person.
Yes, Cliff McCraw, Andy C. He's the one who sends the liquid death to the office.
The address isn't on the site.
It should be at the very bottom or in the about. It's on there for sure. For legal reasons, it has to be.
Is that true?
Yeah. There's all kinds of ADA and compliance stuff.
Only a web company.
You still have to have an address listed. So it can be like there's services you can use to have like an address that doesn't exist, but
Just make up.
it's like having an LLC based out of Delaware when your company is in Illinois. But I think that's taxes. Either way, it's 4:00, another Tuesday. This was 65 weeks in a row. Crazy. It is. It's been good. Thanks everybody for joining. Tuesday scale is the code. Use that, and I will put something together and spin a wheel for next week. But that'll do it for this week. We'll see you guys next time.
See ya.